Hey guys, just before this video gets started, I just want to throw out there a few things, three things. Two quotes from one of my famous philosopher, the Chinese philosopher Confucius, and I think it works really well in terms of what I've tried to do here on the channel, whatever. Two underlying messages and then an apology. So first of all, Confucius, basically the quotation for me or represents from what I'm about to talk about is choose a job that you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. And that's basically what I've tried to do here. Also, you know, based on the fact of the pace and what I've done and how I've done it, Confucius, again, this quote comes directly from him. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. I think those are two fundamental points that everyone can learn from. And as for my apology, I forgot to mention this in the actual video. My apologies to the, I think it was 2,000 team kills, my ABN friends and family. My apologies for that. So my apologies for team killing on SOCOM confrontation. I owe you that much. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Hello everybody and welcome back to INSANEBRIT Gaming. My name is the SDA, or the Insane Brit if you prefer, and I promised you this video for quite a while. I didn't get around to making it. I've been thinking about it, trust me, for quite a while, and how to do it, to go and give you a 5-minute story about why I started YouTube, or more or less give you the background on everything to a point which will give you a little bit more detail, or a lot more detailed analysis of the kind of person I was when I was younger. And, you know, from the journey I've had till this point. I don't know if many people are going to be interested in this. I'll leave it there. I know some people asked for it ages ago. I never got around to doing it. I know telling your story is very important and part of the YouTube experience in itself. And I'm happy to do it. I just was unsure about how to go about it. You know, whether I felt comfortable, what information I would release, and all the rest of it. So I'm going to break this down into stages. I don't know how long this video is going to last, and I'm going to edit the parts of the video together, hopefully. So maybe 10-20 minutes, I don't know, but whatever. I'm going to go run down a few things. So a couple of things with this before I do get started. The issues that I'm going to be talking about, or particular issues in itself, don't affect me anymore. I've changed as a person, and you know, I'm a lot stronger for it, and all the rest of it, trust me. So, you know, from what I've been through till now, when people talk about, hey, go kill yourself, I kind of laugh in their face, like, go fuck yourself, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I'm not that way anymore. So, I'm just that's to give you an example. Okay, so I'm going to break it down from my kind of school years to my depression, and then till now kind of thing, you know, my little bit of journey there. There is no real, I started YouTube because of this. There is no real simple answer to that. It has to be more of a detailed analysis to understand where I've come from and where I am now. So as I said, this is part 1, and as I said, I'm going to edit them together, so I hope you guys enjoy this and I get a better understanding of me, and where the journey I've been on. So, yeah. So basically at primary school, I was always a shy kid, you know, the very quiet kid that nobody really knew much of, you know what I mean? Literally, I was never part of the major group, as it were. I used to play football maybe at lunchtime and stuff like that, but I was always like the shy kid, you know what I mean? And maybe sometimes I used to get picked on a little bit here and there because of my teeth used to stick out or whatever. Maybe they still stick out now and people can see on the street, I don't know, but people don't say shit to me anyway. But yeah, so typical goofy or mind the gap kind of bullshit you get in the playground, you know what I mean? Affecting confidence. In actual fact, I used to keep my head down like that all the time when walking down the street. Now I keep it held high, you know what I mean? It don't bother me that way. But that was when I was in primary school kind of thing. About age 11, I met Chaos. I'm not going to use his real name. I'm unsure how he would feel about me using his real name. I haven't even spoken to him about it, really, about making this video. But I'm going to call him Chaos. I refer to him as Chaos. That's his PSN name, whatever. So I refer to him in a lot of my videos sometimes, just to give you a perspective of who he is. I met him in year six or something or other, and we was both into wrestling at that point in time. And then we moved went to secondary school as well. You know, as you do. Hey, you know, your best friend or whatever. What school are you going to? I'll go there. That's a good school. But you know, the usual conversation you'll have thrown up. I'm sure you had it with your friends, and possibly having that conversation with your friends now. If you watch my gaming channel, if the gaming element of it, anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, so that's basically we decided to go to the same school, secondary school as well. After meeting him, he came from another city, moved to London, and we liked WWF back then. It was known as WWF, and we used to go around my house after secondary school every day and play SmackDown, WWF SmackDown, from 2001 to 2004, I believe that was. So we played all those games for quite a while, in a number of years, every single day. We never got bored of it. You know, we used to use the school computer to get cheats and stuff like that, or, you know, find out information codes and all the rest of it, you know. So we was kind of nerdish about wrestling, you know, really into it. School life for me, I didn't like school. I never liked school, but specifically secondary school, I just didn't like it very much. People used to say to me when I was in primary school, I was a very shy kid and all the rest of it, and maybe in the secondary school experience, I'll come out myself, like I'll be more confident, meet people. Ugh, I hate that fucking word. It pisses me off even to this day. I don't like that fucking phrase. Anyway, meet people, as it were, you know what I mean, and mix with people. And I've never been a big mixer of people, even until this day. I can do it. I have done it recently and whatever. I have got the ability, but I just very much choose not to, as probably a more secluded person. As I've grown up, I've just really managed to deal with that and enjoy it, to be honest with you, to a point. So that was their argument. Oh, here, you know, become more confident in secondary school. That didn't really happen for me. I met one or two other people, but my group of friends have always been very small anyway, and that more or less has continued throughout life. And I think as you get older, you'll find through life you only have 3 or 4 real friends who are there consistently, or people who you're with through thick and thin kind of scenario. That's my experience. But then again, I never had masses of friends. You guys probably have fucking God knows how many. I see how many other people have on Facebook, like 500 plus. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? But yeah, so for me, secondary school wasn't a very nice experience, especially in the later years. I felt I was just quiet, and I never really made that many friends. Never part of a bigger group, and a bunch of dickheads. I was with a lot of dickheads, and as they mixed the classes around, I found myself being with dickheads that were quite thick at times and not able to concentrate, and more disrupted my learning more than anything. Not because I was joining in, but because I was nervous of what they were going to do or say, or even I didn't even want them speaking to me. And that, like I said, I was really low on confidence. And that was me throughout my school days in particular. You know what I mean? Just never really mixing and getting, you know what I mean? Basically, they never communicated with me in a positive light, and I never attempted to do it really with them. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? No one spoke to each other kind of thing, or, you know, whatever. And if it was, I didn't like, you know, when you can look at someone and tell the kind of people they are and see their actions anyway. Just thought, fuck them, they're dickheads. There was times in school when I never spoke for 2 hours straight because I had one lesson after another with the same people, and it was like, ugh. And then like 2 hours later, I'd meet my friends and go, oh, thank God, thank God, you guys are here. I can, you know what I mean, speak properly or normal. You know, just, you know what I mean, just be happy and what have you. So that's the kind of person I was, you know, like the shy kid. I was always that kind of person in school. In my later years, I did, like in age 15, I decided to start bunking off school. I hated it that much. I just couldn't stand being at school anymore. You know, I just didn't like it. But I didn't just bunk off like a normal kid, like just on the streets. I was actually kind of lucky, and I went to my nan's house. She lived in another borough, so I went to one borough to the next, and I bunked off school in her house all day. I was in her house all day, and I walked home from, again, this borough to the next, my own borough, and fucking no one would catch me, you know what I mean? I'd be like there all day, have a nice meal or whatever, you know, I'd be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, watch her TV programs with her, you know what I mean? Fucking funny. Eventually the school did catch on, and then, you know, said stuff to her like, oh, you can't do this, his mum's going to get fined so many thousands of pounds if he keeps bunking off school. My mum was mad. I didn't do drugs, I didn't smoke and all that kind of crap, But I just bunked off school, and you know, my granddad didn't like it, and he was very angry at me, and that kind of destroyed the relationship I had with my grandparents at the time. Like, you know, from being a good kid to, you know, getting my mum into trouble and everything, and you know, that kind of ruined the relationship there, in my opinion, for like 3, 4, 5 years. I think even after school was over and done with, I still kind of didn't really want to go around there, and when I did, I was unsure of them, you know what I mean? Didn't know what to say. We are relatives, kind of thing. It got so bad with me bunking off school, I actually got away with it for 2 months straight, but also I got bolder as well, and what I did was I would actually go and leave the other area at 1:30, get to my school at 2 o'clock, get into the registration office, you know, where you have to go back to your form room, and I would actually sit there, my friends would look at me like, what the fuck are you doing? You haven't been in school all day and you show up for fucking registration? I was like, yeah, I'm late. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, 7 hours late. So I actually walked through the school gates, up the thing, fucking into my classroom, got registered, and walked home like nothing had happened. Nobody said shit. It's fucking hilarious the things I got away with in that aspect. It's just ridiculous. Long story short though, I did eventually just essentially get caught, like bad, you know, like, hey, you're fucked. You've been bunking off. It's really bad. Blah, blah, blah. Got into big trouble for it, kind of thing. They kind of treat you like a retard. Like you're a bad kid, but in a simple way, like, they can't do anything physically to you. So they just, like, they put you with people, the kind of people that, oh, you didn't have a fight today, here's a gold sticker on your forehead. They treat you like that, like you're a fucking retard. And I was quite politically in the head, like, because I was always in my mind most of the time. I was always thinking and looking at the situation, thinking, why are you treating us like we're fucking, like this is a democracy kind of thing? If someone's done something wrong, you go, fuck you, you're going to stand in the corner for 5 hours, or you punish them. This motherfucker's giving out gold stars, retarded fucking choices they make. So I was watching this and like, Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, the mic came out and the video cut off. So yeah, about the time they treated me like a fucking retard and all that kind of stuff, you know, with stickers and all that kind of bullshit. So basically they put me in a room every day when drama was on. Specifically, I didn't like drama. I fucking went to a room and did some schoolwork and went on computer, whatever, you know, downloading cheats for SmackDown or whatever it was I was doing, or looking up, or new games being released. And that was basically the end of that. But of course, at that period, and being depressed, or, you know, like just all the drama going on around bunking off school, and I had to go to school now and all the rest of it, I decided to try and commit suicide. Nobody knows of this. I've not told anybody other than Chaos, who found out in 2016, recently actually, or like this year, and he was shocked at it. People are very good at hiding things, and I'm one of those people, you know what I mean, and keeping my emotions bottled up for so long throughout those years, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, I look back at it now and kind of go, nothing to it, you know what I mean. I tried, and whatever. So I tried to commit suicide. I grabbed a load of pills and I took the pills, you know, hoping to never wake up again. I could jump out the window, but you know, but that would be too messy, too much pain. Fuck that shit. Maybe I didn't want it enough. Maybe it was a cry for help kind of thing. I don't know. It was just, I wouldn't say it was attention seeking. I just wanted to go to sleep and never wake up again. And that, to go peacefully is what I wanted. I remember that. That was age, I can't remember what year now, 2004? No, 2003? Something like that. And, as I took some pills, don't know how many, don't know what it was. My body rejected the pills, and at 3:30 AM, I threw up. And based on the fact that I was bunking off so much, I had to go to school anyway, so I didn't get a sympathy. Oh, you threw up. Oh, you don't have to go to school today. No. Get your ass to school. You've had too much time off, you know what I mean? So that was, you know, the end of that. And anyway, after school, I was so happy to get away from school, like break free kind of thing. Went to college to study business studies, GMVQ, for an academy or something. But I didn't finish it. I should have. I did about 7 or 8 months. It was only a year's fucking course, well, 3-year course, but I was nearly done in a year. If I would have finished the year, I could have said, wow. And especially because it was a business studies course, look what I'm doing now. That would have helped me out a lot, or beneficial in a lot of ways. So I've always felt like I was going to be in a suit and go and do business, as it were. But that was my mind just being like, oh, people in suits. I don't know what they do. Business? What's that? Yeah, I'm very not of the world, as it were. I didn't have internet back then either. So, and that brings me on to another segment as well. I'll get to that in a little bit. But so after that, I went to college. I became more confident, became cocky. I became a bit of a dick. My friends will probably tell you that, or Chaos and Mark or whatever. I didn't like myself, what I became. I become just a total dick. Being confident and the rest of it, it just, ugh, whatever. Anyway, after 7 months, I gave it up. Realised I didn't have to go here anymore. Could play, stay at home every day playing FIFA. And that's what I more or less did. I quit college, lied, said I'd get a job, but didn't get a job. And, you know, as time went on the government money or whatever it was, you know, the social kind of thing, and got money that way. And basically lived off that. And then I remember my day one doing that, shaking the guy's hand and like being optimistic. A year went by, or more, of months, and then a year, and then it went longer, and it became a depression set in. I was depending on that money more and more, and because I didn't have internet back then, between the years of 2005, 6, 7, 8, I fell into a depression, just a bad depression. But never really told anybody about it. Nobody really knew. Everyone's in their own bubble, in their own world. They're rush, go lives, and especially if you are not very smart in general. But you know, I was sitting here with four walls around me, four walls, nothing else. Playing FIFA every day. I would finish a FIFA season, like a year season, 38 games in the Premier League, plus cup games and the Champions League in a day. Because that's how much I would play the PlayStation, PlayStation 3, I believe, yeah. And then I would play it, have a meal, and watch a film or something, play it more, then watch some TV, and I would literally that's all I would do. It was ridiculous. Anyway, went on forever like that, or seemed forever. Of course, by that time I was in depression, and then they started pressuring me more and more to find work and stuff like that. And by then I was very socially isolated. My friends moved away, you know, moved on with life, and that's you know, of course they don't come around anymore and all the rest of it. And that's fine. You'll find that too. Things change. You know, people go off to college, university, and stuff like that. Chaos moved away quite far. It is what it is, you know, and that's just what happens. So I didn't really see anyone, you know, for quite a while. Anyway, I eventually got the internet in 2009, and it was like God came to me with the world in his hand and handed it to me. Boom, I knew about YouTube, I knew about Facebook, didn't have to use any of it, never had a computer in my life, just used the ones at school, and very limited access, and then that's it, you know what I mean? I knew how to Google stuff, maybe, and that was it. So I had to learn everything I have learned up until this point, I've done myself, no one's taught me anything, or maybe Chaos has told me a few things, and that's right, but for the majority of things, everything I've done, I've learned myself, and, you know, I'm still learning till this day. I mean, there are 16, if you're 16 watching this, 17, 18, 19, 20, you know a shitload more and are better at it than me. You got more information. You sure thing, you know what I mean? Me, I've had to learn everything. I'm not that old, don't get me wrong, I'm like 28. But I'm still never had it, never grew up with it. There are 4-year-olds. My Chaos' sister, age 4, can use an iPad at age 4. What the fuck? I don't know what I was doing at age 4, but it weren't turning on nothing like an iPad and with nowhere near decent graphics. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's a generation change for you kind of thing, you know, the speed of it. Damn, I lost my thread there. So yeah, so this depression went on, and I eventually had to go to the doctors and get pills and stuff like that. But I never took the pills, or I kind of refused to take the pills. I didn't want to take the pills. I was scared of change, and so about 2000. No, actually, before I got the internet, in 2008, I got the internet in 2009, and I'll get to that in a minute, actually. 2008, a year before I got the internet, I believe, I again tried to commit suicide, age 18, 19 or something. Or maybe I was 20, I don't know. No, I think 18. Because I was so isolated. I woke up, and I was planning it for a day or two, and I was planning to hang myself from the balcony or whatever it was, and or the stairs, sorry. And ironically, I hadn't seen my friend in a number of months, possibly a year. He came round, he buzzed up, and I was like, heard the the door go, and I was like, what the fuck? And I answered it, and it was him, and I was shocked, you know, and again, he didn't know I was going to plan to commit suicide that day, but yeah, essentially, he, you know, I don't know if I would have got that, been successful at it, but you know what I mean? Again, he intercepted, and, well, he didn't know it, but you know what I mean? He just showed up, that kind of cheered me up, and that put it off, and I decided for whatever reason not to do it. I don't know, maybe it gave me a bit of hope there, I don't know. He don't know that, and I haven't spoken to him in years, so there you go, that's just where it is, so thanks, Mark. So yeah, kicking on with that, anyway, so as I said, got the internet, 2009, loved it. Now there was a specific game that I saw in the store. I used to trade my games in there, and I saw an advert for it one day on the TV or something, and this game was an online only game on the PlayStation 3. And I got internet, I was excited, but I didn't know, when I went into the store, and this was a few months before I got internet, and it said online only, and I was really pissed. Anyway, I got the internet, cost God knows whatever, I paid it all out of my own pocket, you know. If you grew up in the 2000s or more or less, you know, you could probably had your parents pay for it for you, you know, or just always been, hell, you were born and it was there, I don't know, you can live without it now. Me, I never had it, so I had to pay for everything, installation, everything, £200 for that, plus whatever, I paid a bill myself, or did from then on, you know, it's my thing. So yeah, the game in question is SOCOM Confrontation. One of the greatest games I've ever played. Yes, the graphics were shit, but the gameplay was fucking epic. Yes, it was glitchy as hell, but wow, I loved the game. My mistake for not going into Respawn and learning the maps. So it took me ages to get really good. It was so addictive and everything, and that's where I met my second family I referred them to, and that's ABN. Arseholes by Nature. We were formerly known as RIP, or Rest in Peace, or Rest in Pieces. I can't really remember the name. And at the time, it was an early game, but it was a massive clan. We had loads of fucking members. It was unreal. And I'm still part of that. I'm friends with them 6-7 years. I've seen them go from immature, crazy motherfuckers that nearly got into car crashes on the way home from work to play SOCOM. Yes, I'm talking to you, Jackson, you crazy fucker. You know, I've seen him go from that to having a kid, getting a job, and you know, I think he's getting married now, and it's crazy. I've seen these people develop and their children grow up as well over the years. It's only been 6 years, but it feels like a lifetime, like crazy. You know. So and it's funny because I went into English rooms and the English people kicked me out of the room or really pissed me off, or I didn't like them, they got on my nerves. I used to stay up late anyway, so I used to be in the American time zone, or you know, the New Yorkers would come on, or you know, the people from Texas, Americans. So I used to play with them. Joined ABN the second week of playing SOCOM Confrontation. Haven't been away from them since, really. Even on other games when they don't play Call of Duty or whatever, I put the ABN tag in no matter what game or whatever I'm playing, because that's who I'm with, associated with, whatever, that's the way I am. Loyalty maybe is my thing, I don't know. So yeah, I used to stay up every night. I'm telling you, man, this game was so addicting, and I had nothing else to do other than the internet, that I would get up at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Right, I used to stay in bed all day, fuck it. 2 p.m. And play this motherfucker till 5 a.m. the next day. Have about an hour or two break overall when eating dinner and maybe watching a TV show. But my God, for the most part, I was on that bitch like a motherfucker. It took me 4 or 5 years, because it was basically search and destroy. You know, but 20-minute rounds, if you've lost, you lost. You've wasted 20 minutes of your life, literally real life. It took that long, you know, to win the rounds, tactics, and people cheating, and, well, it became down to cheating. I won't go too much into that, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Because that would just be another whole fucking video in itself, Jesus. So anyway, I used to get questions like, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? What the fuck could I say? You know, I'm like, oh, so it ended up, like, I used to just say, I play SOCOM. That became, like, my thing, like, everyone used to ask me, what do you do, what do you do? They even went through other people that were close to me in ABN, who play with me every day and speak to me, who they think, hey, well, SDA, we know, we like him, but we don't know what he does for a living. Let's ask so-and-so, let's ask Jackson, what does this motherfucker do? And he was like, he plays SOCOM. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just kept that very private. I couldn't say, oh, I'm in a state of depression and I play games to, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I may have been depressed, but even if you're depressed or whatever, I had fun in that game so much. Who would want to leave it? It was a brilliant game, you know what I mean? I played with friends, communicated with people, tactics-wise, getting better at the game, trying to, and all the rest of it. So it was a great time for me. I've met some very nice people on there all over the world, you know, from America, particularly America, I won't even lie. It's mostly Americans who I know from there. I met in the end one in particular, or two English people, specifically Smithy. Oh fuck, make sure I didn't say his name. Alex. You know, I kind of lost touch with Alex in a lot of ways, but that's just the way it is. The way it ended in the relationship with ABN and Alex, because I was in the middle, kind of thing. I won't get into too specific details, but you know, he extended my life force on that game, because I would have quit ages ago due to the cheating. So thank you to you, Alex. A shout out to you for all your help in what you've done. I mean, it's only a game. I know it's only a game, but you extended that life of that game, so it was amazing. Of course, it was anyway. So throughout this period of time, I was still in my depression, and I was being pushed to more go get work, do whatever, you know. And I refused to leave the house at this point. I didn't want to leave the house. I eventually stopped getting any money from anyone and was living like crap. Like literally, I had no money whatsoever coming in, and I'll never forget eating beans on toast for 6 months. I just never wanted to go out. I was like, no, I'm not going out. I'm not doing whatever you're asking me to do. I'm not doing it. So I never got any money. And that was the way I lived for quite a while. And that's really bad, to be honest with you. When I think about it, it's terrible. Pushing on from that, I had to go on an agency, and I basically, they put you on job interviews and stuff like that, and then trying to find a job and all the rest of it. And then, eventually Chelsea came up to me. I'm a huge Chelsea fan. I do the Chelsea simulations. I'm going to try to wrap this up now, because I know it's going on 25 minutes now. And, basically, in terms of YouTubers that I used to watch, was like Angry Joe, one of the big YouTubers and stuff like that. I always liked to be like him. I knew my editing style, all that crap wouldn't be that good, because I'm not that good. I'll be honest, I'm not. I can't stand editing. He's very, very good at it. People are just talented that way, hard working kind of thing. Then you got DSP, who plays loads of other games as well. He was like, you know, all that kind of stuff, daily videos, does a lot of shit. So those were kind of the people I wanted to be like, and dreamed what used to say the chaos. So I love to do YouTube. Who wouldn't want to do YouTube and get paid for it, to do what we love, you know? And that's why I always try and take it as a professional thing, from the food reviews to the gaming stuff. I always take it very, very seriously. Yes, there are older games and stuff like that, but I don't care either way. I still do it the way I do it, and I hope you guys enjoy that. So I join up with Chelsea, the Chelsea Football Club Foundation, and I get told, hey, we got a course to do with business startup enterprises or something, entrepreneur, and they teach you about business and then how to run it. You have to pick a business model or business you were interested in and then go with it. So it could be running a food store, running whatever operation, learn about it, how would you profit, who would you go to get the products, and all that stuff. And I picked YouTube, and we studied about it. I learned with them. I did a business portfolio with them, and it was really, really interesting. I can probably contact them or ring them up or try and get some advice, which I probably still do need, to be honest with you, and all the rest of it. And I did that. That was only a 2-week course, and I really enjoyed it. Met lots of nice people on there. The people were so positive, and they're not like, you know, the job place where they send you, you know, I'll get a job, or just, you know what I mean? They're really, really good and helpful and great people. I'd recommend checking that out, the Chelsea Foundation, if you're in London specifically. And then after that, they had a exercise course, BTEC, level 1, level 2, level 3 you could do. Now, I'm not no exercise person. Hands down, I am just no exercise person. A few months before this kicked off, though, my brother had weights, and he borrowed weights, and he started lifting them at home, you know, and then he went to the gym and all the rest of it. I started to lift the weights at night by myself. It was something I could do exercise-wise, and I essentially started doing that. And one day his friend said, look, I want the weights back. And I panicked. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck, he wants the weights back? But I like doing them, you know, now. I'm not going to have the bar. I'm not going to have the little weights or whatever, you know, whatever they're called, dumbbells. And I went online to Amazon.com and paid £50 for a £500 set of weights from Canada. I was like, what the fuck? They're Sandfield. So I got weights, and I basically started lifting weights every single day for like 2 or 3 months. I don't do them as much anymore. I ain't done them in about a month or two, to be honest with you. I've got to get back on it. But I started doing that, and I came out of my depression, as it were. So basically, guys, if you're trying to beat depression, exercise is the way to go, and you don't have to be like running in public or whatever if you feel embarrassed about it. I did it at home, just lifting weights, you know, and of course with this course that I was doing after, you know, the entrepreneur one, I basically did the BTEC level 1. It was hard as hell for a bigger guy like me who weighs a lot. I was like struggling with it, but then the second, and then I got better and better at it. I really enjoyed myself, the experiences, doing boxing, yoga, even yoga itself. Me doing fucking yoga? You're taking a piss. Yes, I did yoga, or boxing yoga specifically. So I did a lot of great things with Chelsea Football Club. And then I went on to level 2. That was more course-based as well, more writing and stuff. And then did level 3, which I had to pay for, or will be paying for long term, but it doesn't matter. So I did my BTEC level 1, 2, and 3. I can work in a gym or be a personal trainer, as it were, you know, if I want to, and all the rest of it. So it gave me a very good platform, and I prefer myself being educated and learning. It's more fun that way, you know what I mean? To learn something than just, you know, all the generic shit that they put you on. So basically, it gave me the confidence. I bought a camera, the same camera I'm using now, actually. The Logitech, whatever it is, I can't remember. I'll put it in the link, maybe, I don't know. But I bought a Logitech camera. I started doing vlogs on YouTube because it was I'm talking about topics. And if you look back, or I don't know if you can see them now, maybe I deleted them, but I'm going, oh yeah, that, you know what I mean? And it's really, really, really bad, to be honest with you, you know, compared to what it is now. Now my system has changed a lot. I write things down to remember them. I got a decent mic. The camera needs to be upgraded to a 1080p one. I still haven't done that. Basically, with the vlogs I was doing, got some views. I think the max I got 200 or 300 views on one video. I thought that was great. And on the way home one day, after doing a vlog about gaming subjects and stuff like that, which is all I could do at the time, in the period of like 7 or 8 months, I was saving up to buy a PC to do gameplay. The card catcher I bought, you've been on that journey with me, or you can see the journey of all the things I've unboxed, you know, and how long it's taken me to get this far. Ironically, the actual cookie review that I did was on the way home. I needed some content. I thought, fuck it, I'll review a cookie, and hence a year later, legitimately, that is what has kicked my channel off to go viral. So again, guys, I don't really think you can say it's one thing that I just said, oh, I want to do YouTube. It's a whole bunch of things, from, you know, being depressed, beating the depression itself, you know, loving YouTube in itself, loving gaming, and you know, just doing what I want to do, basically, to be happy in what I do. No, I don't get paid for it like that. I did recently get a YouTube check, which was great, but it weren't as what you think it might have been. But that's fine. I don't care. I'm happy. If I got it every month, it'd be cool. Just a bonus, as it were. I don't know. But, and I can reinvest that into the channel, and that's great too, you know. But like I said, slowly but surely, you know, I'll get there in the end, or I want to keep growing long term. I hope you guys enjoy my content. I hope to do more. I know the food reviews at first I weren't really interested in doing, like after it went viral, I was like, oh, come on, really, out of everything. But I've gotten used to it, and I'm fine with that, as long as I can keep finding stuff for you guys to be interested in. Sometimes I'll be missing weeks out here and there, like a week or two, it depends. But ultimately, I am really loving what I'm doing right now. And that has been my YouTube journey. So it's gone from depression and anxiety to, you know, learning stuff and studying, to savings, to investing it into my hobby, my passion. And I hope this small, well, I know it's kind of long, at half an hour. I am sorry about that. I weren't sure how long it was going to go on for. Maybe I've rushed the ending. I don't know. But I've got more or less everything, all the details there, and in terms of what had to be said. I met some great people at Chelsea Football Club, and I think at the end of the day, they are the ones that pushed me and gave me confidence to do what I do, to sit in front of a camera, to talk about my things that I want to talk about. I could talk about anything. I could talk about football. I could talk about, you know, gaming. I could talk about any product you put in front of me and sell it to you and then give you the good and bad of it. And that's maybe, I mean, I've learned that. I've had to learn being confident in front of a camera and all the rest of it. For example, right now, last 10 minutes I've been talking off the top of my head. You know what I mean? I haven't written anything down or anything, so to remind myself. So it's a matter of knowing what you're talking about. I hope the story inspires you in some way, shape or form. As for the hate that I might get, it kind of makes me laugh, if there is any hate, let's be honest. 1, you've watched this video. 2, if I could give a shit too much about what you think, I'll probably just block you anyway, you know what I mean? Let's be honest, I don't care. It doesn't bother me that much to do that. But anyway, guys, that's about it for my YouTube story about why I started YouTube. I hope this video inspires someone out there, some people, and told you more about my journey, and you know, hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know how shocked you'll be at what I've experienced. It's not that shocking, but I don't know, it's my story, and at the end of the day, it had to be told, and I'm happy I've got it out there. Anyway, guys, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and check out my unboxings. I've got Halo unboxing, I've got Halo coming up, I've got more Gears of War coming up. Simulations will continue as long as I'm still breathing. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check out my affiliation with Razer.com as well for keyboards, mouses, and headsets and stuff like that. And Chaos is trying to contact me on Skype. Just in time. Alright, guys, I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching.